If you're a business owner, you know these sounds mean sales. And from the sound of it, your business is growing. Whether you're fulfilling orders from your home office or warehouse, Stamps.com helps you stress less about mailing and shipping and spend more time doing what you love most. Listening to ASMR. I mean, growing your business. But as you grow, so does the need for efficiency. Stamps.com simplifies your shipping and mailing process. Import orders from wherever you sell online. Find the lowest rates with the fastest delivery times. Instantly deliver tracking updates to your customers. And buy shipping and mailing supplies when you run low. Save time and money on mailing and shipping. Get started at Stamps.com today with code PROGRAM for a 4-week trial, free postage, and a digital scale.
Phony. And a phony at the mic.
This is the Bob and Jeff Show, starring Bob Lutz.
I wish I could be in the living room of somebody who's listening to this show.
Jeff Lutz.
You think they're listening in their living room?
And maybe.
It's not 1943.
It's a strange world.
97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Stand by for action.
Welcome back. It is hour number 2, the Bob and Jeff Show here on KFH Radio. We've got a relatively short segment before we get to a game. I ran away, it appears, with the Twitter poll from yesterday.
Yeah,
the best,
George Brett, as we knew it would be, but
best third baseman since the modern era, 1947. So good job by yours truly to win that Twitter poll. Even though Max voted for Jeffrey's list.
Correctly.
And but the vote online with 101 votes cast, I'm at 71%, you're at 29%. So that's what we call a landslide, and you can't just slough that off on me picking George
yeah, of course
Brett.
I can. That's exactly why you won. Because my list was better. And Mike Schmidt is better than George Brett. And, after that, whatever.
Some would disagree with that.
Some would. They'd be wrong,
most
but they'd be.
would agree that Mike Schmidt is the best third baseman in history. I have no problem with that. But it's an 8-person list, and I came up with the best of the list.
No, you didn't. Your list kind of stunk at the end.
Listen, it's a good job by me.
Well, because you made these insane rules, but other than that, yeah.
No, I just asked that, play the bulk of your games at the position we're picking.
1,200 games is plenty to be considered.
The most games. And again, that's how the game works, and a nice job by me. Did you happen to see I didn't mention this yesterday, I meant to. I don't think I like Sean Payton. He just completely went off on Russell Wilson.
Yeah, I've been saying.
And I don't know what that was all about. I meant to look that up and try to read more about it. If one of our Broncos faithful is listening, I'd love to hear from you because I thought it was ugly. Listen, you're the head coach. You can yell and scream if you want, but I just thought it was a bad look for Sean Payton. I watch a ton of football and have throughout my life, and I don't recall seeing too many cases like that where the head coach just absolutely screamed and yelled and to me, disrespected your quarterback, and with a guy that has the legacy of Russell Wilson. Come on, man.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to work for someone who screamed at me. I mean, that's what that is, right? That's a guy being at his job and being yelled at, basically. I mean, who wants that? It's ridiculous.
There's ways to communicate without the yelling and the screaming. So, Broncos fans, where are you? I know you feel probably pretty good about having Sean Payton as your head coach. They have improved from the beginning of the season. They're still in the playoff hunt, but I don't know how I feel about Sean Payton.
I do, and I've been saying it since the beginning of the year.
Seahawks last night with a big win against the slumping Philadelphia Eagles behind Drew Lock, and I don't know if you saw his post-game interview with Lisa Salters, but extremely heartfelt and emotional. And you feel good for a guy like Drew Lock, who's been paying his dues for a long time, wasn't even sure he was going to play. And then Geno Smith unable to go, and Drew Lock leads a fourth quarter comeback to get that win for Seattle. Nice. I felt good. Of course, you don't have any emotion.
It's not true.
Which we've established now.
What? I didn't see it, so tell us.
No, just being very frank about how much it meant to him and how much he respected his teammates and everybody on that team and the staff. And it couldn't have been more well done than it was by Drew Lock. And I'll give Lisa Salters a lot of questions, a lot of praise too, for asking the right questions. You know, it was an interview that went on for a while because it was so good, and I can't believe you didn't hear it.
Why would I have heard that?
What are you doing? It's all over online.
Where would I have gone?
Online. It's been on Twitter
you realize
50 times.
online is pretty expensive.
All you do is look at your phone.
I don't follow a lot of football people on Twitter.
What do you follow?
Not a lot of football. I don't follow Adam Schefter. I can't stand him. How do you avoid football? Don't avoid it. I just don't. I don't need it in my feed.
What?
Just don't need it.
Don't you want to know what's going on?
I read
in football?
stuff, but I don't want to.
What do you read? If you read stuff, how can you not read about Drew Lock?
I know about Drew Lock. I didn't see his interview. Sorry.
I've never been more ashamed of you.
No, that's good.
I mean, I don't get it. And that mustache.
You don't get it.
You're trying to do something with that mustache. I wish people could see it.
It's awesome.
What are you trying? Because with facial hair, we're always trying to do something.
Not trying to do anything.
We're trying to send some kind of a message. It's a communication tool. Men have that ability to communicate with their facial hair.
Nah.
And the hair on their head, although you don't have much of that. What am I trying to communicate? Now that I've been shaving my head for almost 4 years?
You've been trying to communicate that you miss a lot of spots when you shave your head. That's, I think.
Why does that bother you?
It doesn't bother me. I mean, but have some pride.
Why do you feel? So I walk down the street and people are looking at me going, "That guy has no pride."
Yeah, I think
Look at that.
so.
There's a couple hairs that are longer there.
A couple? There's patches. But it's all good.
Well, what are you trying to communicate?
I'm not trying to communicate anything.
With that mustache, it looks like it's from 1960s porn. What is it?
I'm trying to communicate that if the industry wants me, then I'm.
What is it you're trying to do with that?
Nothing.
Last time I saw a guy with that mustache was in a Linda Lovelace movie.
I think it looks good.
Now, when I crack myself up, I've done.
Yeah, because we love those 70-year-old references.
I've hit something on the head, right?
I shaved.
No, that honestly does.
Am I not allowed to give an explanation?
Go ahead, let's hear it.
Well, one time I just shaved too much of one of the sides of the goatee. That's on the side, the part that comes down in the middle. And I just said, well, I'm just gonna get rid of both of those. And
it doesn't look like the hair grows in a certain.
It does.
It doesn't appear that way.
Looking
at it,
it does.
It appears you have a little bit of a bald spot.
No, that's called a razor, my friend.
On both sides.
No, absolutely don't. In fact, my hair grows full and thick.
Huh. Well, of course, you know where you got that from. Well, me.
You've never had thick hair.
Oh, absolutely I had thick hair. Back in the day.
I don't remember that.
Well, I'll show you some pictures.
Okay, put them online. I'll see them that way.
I've done that before.
That was a good callback.
What do you mean?
You thought, well, it's online.
Well, I put a lot of stuff online.
Yeah, so I'll see it because I see online a lot.
Well, you check online. You're looking all the time.
Well, I didn't see Drew Lock's interview.
I noticed you never commented on our anniversary.
Yeah, because I sent you a text.
Happy anniversary. The most,
what did other people say on that?
I could have hired a mannequin.
What did other people say on your post?
Who could have
I'm
put
find
that
that
online.
Post.
From my son of 41 years almost. Happy anniversary. I mean,
I didn't get a happy anniversary from you on October 20th.
Of course you did.
I'm going to read the comments. on that post.
Well, but those people aren't my son.
I'm just going to read them.
If I get a happy anniversary from somebody I don't know, I'm thrilled about it.
Happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary to two pretty great people.
There you go.
Happy anniversary,
about that?
Bob. Happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary. So, yeah, I mean,
How
not
about
a lot of
happy anniversary to two of the best people I've ever known.
Well, I'd have to find those people.
Really, my wife's not one of the best people you've ever known.
Sure she is.
You're saying that.
No, I'm saying she is.
On this air.
No, I'm saying she is, but who's the other one?
So I'm not one of the best people you've ever known.
You are so easy sometimes.
No, really, I want to know.
As easy as you think I am to push buttons.
I want to know
which
where
I am.
I want to know where I am with you. It's time.
Top 10.
It's time to have that discussion.
I'm funny.
No, you're not.
Oh,
There's
man.
nothing funny about that. I never,
You pushed my buttons earlier, and I don't like it.
Well, what? How did I push your button?
Great job by me on the poll. That makes me want to kill you. I mean, obviously, not really, but that just makes my blood boil.
You don't like to lose,
I don't.
and I win a lot. I'm a winner, as they like to say.
You are.
Well, I won that one,
You did. It doesn't make any sense, but it is what it is.
and that poll's about to close. 29 minutes, so there's no way you're coming
Well,
back.
I need people.
Rally
the troops.
We did have one vote here in the last few minutes. We'll continue the Bob and Jeff draft. I think it's a good concept.
What if I could get 50 people? There's got to be 50 people listening right now. Go vote for me on at Bob Lutz, his
since you
Twitter
have-
poll.
Since you have 1/3 of the Twitter followers I do, let's go ahead, my followers, and get on there and vote as well. At Bob Lutz.
I need 50 people
I need 100.
to tie up. And if you think, somebody else will do it, no, I need you.
No, I need you too.
I need you,
Please.
the person listening.
You're the
to
most important people in the world to me. At Bob Lutz on
You're just
Twitter.
desperate.
Give me a vote, and I will pay you back in some way or another.
How?
Oh, some way. I'll figure out a way.
So I could just go on there and say I voted for you. You'll owe me.
All right, what's the game today?
I'm going to give you the television network. You're gonna tell me the year it debuted, and you're gonna have to get it within. I'm gonna say 4 years.
Sorry, Max. I was so underwhelmed by this category that I forgot to have the intro music played. The debut of the network. That's the name. That's the game today.
Yeah.
This is so. Jamin, where are
I think
you?
it's interesting.
Where is our friend Jamin Anderson? Formerly the co-host of the Jeff and Jamin show.
Yeah.
Has served
Just saying.
on this show periodically when his job
out.
has allowed. Has been absent from this show for more than a year. Doesn't
2.
call in. We don't hear from him. You apparently text with him occasionally.
Yeah, occasionally.
Does this topic ever come up that you need to come back and at least do the game with us?
No, I've never broached that.
Go. What do you have?
PBS.
PBS.
Yeah.
How many years do I have to? Like, I pay attention to when stations come into existence.
Well, you didn't probably pay attention, but maybe you can think about it.
What year? How many years do I get to work
4.
with here? 4. I got to get within 4 years.
5, I guess.
5 years of the debut of PBS.
Yeah.
I will say 1977.
Eesh. You did not get that one. Earlier, 1969.
Well, so you act like I should be disappointed.
Do you know there are only 2 stations that debuted in the 60s? And we'll talk about, I'll ask another one later.
Well, that's false.
It's not false.
Oh, NBC, ABC, and CBS were around.
They were around, but they didn't debut in the 60s. They debuted much earlier.
Well, who cares?
Just telling you. CNN.
CNN debuted in I should know this one. Right around 1980. I'll say 1978.
1980.
There you go.
You should have just gone with that.
All right, I got it right.
All right, I'll go give it to you. Yeah, we'll give that to you. Fox.
Fox was later. Fox. 1995.
Ooh, much earlier. Remember, Simpsons was on in the early 90s on Fox. 1986.
Huh.
Yeah. CBS.
Well, CBS was the, what'd they call that? What was some gem? The something.
I don't know.
CBS debuted very early. They had 1947. 4.
41.
Oh, there you go. 1944 is my guess.
It is?
Yeah.
After I said your original one was wrong. The Weather Channel.
The Weather Channel's been around a while. 1983.
82.
How good is that?
Well, that was a good job. Where are we going to go next? Let's go Comedy Central.
Comedy Central has been around since 2000.
No.
1990.
91.
There you go.
Yeah. I mean, remember, I know 2000, it's 23 years ago. It feels like a long time. But think about, you probably didn't watch much Comedy Central in the 90s.
No, not at all. I do my own
You
comedy.
didn't watch Mystery Science Theater
You know what
3000?
who Comedy Central is to me?
Uh-uh.
Me.
Dumb.
What do you mean dumb? That's who Comedy Central. If I'm going to look for Comedy Central, I'm Comedy Central.
Good. We're happy for you. Nickelodeon.
Nickelodeon has been a staple in our lives since 1995.
What is wrong with you?
I don't watch Nickelodeon.
Okay, but you know that I did as a kid, and I was born
I
in
didn't turn on Nickelodeon for you.
I
wanted you to watch more, things that are going to help you.
like what?
I don't know, the Weather Channel. Learn about
Really?
something.
Nickelodeon is 1979.
I didn't put on the Weather or the Nickelodeon.
Okay, but still,
I'm not one of those parents. Let's mesmerize our kids.
I watched
by
Nickelodeon
watching puppets.
in your house
I don't
all
do that.
the time.
No, I didn't turn.
I
it
watched
for you.
Hey Dude. I watched Salute Your Shorts. I watched Double Dare. I watched Wild and Crazy Kids.
I didn't put that on for you. I don't know how. You must have known the
I
channel.
watched What Would You Do? How long has the? Let's go with A&E.
A&E,
Yeah,
Arts and Entertainment. For those of you wondering,
that's what it was.
I still think it is. A&E has been around since 1988.
84.
There's a win.
There is a win finally. How about HBO?
That's a good one. HBO's been around a long time now. I'll say 40, in the neighborhood of 40 years. So I'll go 1981.
Much earlier, 1972.
Wow. That doesn't even make sense.
I think Showtime.
I didn't have HBO when I was a senior in high school. I
You
never
didn't.
even heard of it.
You didn't.
I didn't have satellite TV or cable.
No one did, believe it or not.
I had none of that in 1972. Didn't debut in my house, I'll guarantee you.
No, but it was around.
No, we had no option to get cable
Home box office.
in 1972.
Well, some people did.
I had rabbit ears.
Well, you didn't have HBO then. What about the Discovery Channel?
The Discovery Channel, these are all about the same.
Right,
Once
that's
cable
why-
came into a being,
I understand that.
then they had to add a bunch of channels.
I
So
get it.
This isn't anything, there's this wide swath of
There
years.
isn't. That's why it's not that hard of a
It's a
game,
dumb game. is
and
what
why
it
I
is.
put
1979.
85.
There you go.
Missed.
Win.
No, it's not. That's 6 years. The Sci-Fi Network.
The Sci-Fi Network, 1986.
92, another
There you
miss.
go, another win.
The Hallmark Channel.
Hallmark Channel, 1984.
2001.
There you go.
The TBS Superstation.
TBS Superstation. We started watching the Braves in the 80s. It probably came into existence even earlier than that. I watched it very early on, 1978.
1967.
No, I don't believe it. We didn't have it here. I'll tell you that right now.
Right. Just like we don't have it.
Yeah, we had they had
Stuff
that.
moves across
They
the
had
country.
that in the southern time zone.
Okay.
There's no southern time zone, but you know what I mean.
The
TBS broke
southern
in
part of the United
in
States.
Atlanta, and that's where they had it for many years before we had it here. We didn't have it.
Superstation.
We didn't have it in the 60s. I didn't sit in my home as a 13-year-old telling my father, "Hey, Dad, turn it to TBS."
You didn't.
No, because we didn't have it.
Okay, you didn't have it. The Disney Channel.
Don't care. 2000.
What? Are you insane? 1983.
Never watched it. You know
course.
what I watched occasionally?
What?
6 o'clock on Sunday night.
60 Minutes.
Disney. We watched The Wonderful World of Disney.
Yeah, of course.
And we either watched that or we watched 60 Minutes. Sometimes The Wonderful World of Disney would have something that we felt like we had to watch. Just 2 nights ago, my wife had a friend over to watch The Sound of Music,
Really?
which appeared at 6 o'clock on Sunday evening. They watched that. And they loved that movie.
We watched Home Alone.
Well, they watched The Sound of Music.
Christmas tradition. Is Sound of Music a Christmas tradition
Of
for
course
your
it
wife?
is.
MTV.
MTV came along in 1981.
There you go. Nailed it. What
'Cause I
about...
watched MTV.
We all did. What about ESPN?
1976.
79.
Another win.
You're killing it right now. What about the Golf Channel?
The Golf Channel appeared in, now these are more recent.
A little bit.
NFL Network, MLB, NHL, they all have their own networks. 2002.
1995.
It's close enough. How many more of these do we have?
You can do as many as you want.
Give me, this is, what this has done is caused our listeners
To think about
to
stuff.
pass out.
You don't like
out of
this?
boredom.
What about Court TV?
Court TV, 1980.
1990.
Huh. I swear I was watching something to do with the courts in 1980.
Well, that kind of broke through with the OJ trial. That's Court TV's biggest. I think they did the Menendez trial too.
Well, it came before the OJ trial. It
That's
didn't
what I'm
break
saying. That was the
through.
breakthrough.
No, there was no breakthrough.
Yeah, that and the Menendez
Next.
trial. The History Channel.
The History Channel, 1985.
1995. These are tough.
All right, 2 more. They're not tough. They're just wild guesses.
USA.
There's nothing tough about
It's
it.
tough.
I'm not going to leave here going, boy, that was a tough game today. I'm going to leave here saying that was a dumb game today because all it was guesses.
But they should be educated guesses.
USA Network.
Probably would have been
Appeared back in 1986.
77.
Again, we didn't have that. 1 more.
But you realize when you got it, it had been around for a
No,
while.
it hadn't.
I watched
Not
USA
around here.
I watched USA in the early mid '80s. At your grandmother, or my
No, you
grandmother.
didn't. My mother never had the USA Network in her life.
Yes, she did.
She wouldn't
I
have known what.
Watched all the game shows at her house.
She never had a USA Network in her life.
Of course, she did.
Next,
Country Music Television, now known as CMT.
that would have appeared in 1991.
83.
All right.
I want you to get one. VH1.
VH1 was in the same general time frame as MTV. Came a little later, 1983.
85. We'll count that for
And on
you.
that note, folks, we've come to the end of
E.
the game. No, I'm not doing that. I'm tired of it.
You done with it?
It's a dumb game.
It's a good game. Good idea.
It's okay, but it's just a guesswork game.
Right, but it's still information
You know, the
that
best games in the world are the ones that test knowledge.
then you should have gotten some from that.
Jeopardy. Why has Jeopardy lasted as long as it has? Because it tests knowledge.
No, it tests how well you can cram for Jeopardy.
No, it tests knowledge.
I think that's a good philosophy.
So where are you having dinner tonight?
Public?
Public, downstairs. Or downtown. That's a good place.
Yeah, it's all right.
We're going to go to the kitchen here one of these days very soon. Down in Union Station.
As you should. That place rocks.
You've been there.
Yeah.
Why didn't you tell me about it?
I don't know. We went on some work trip a few years ago.
Well, I'll make it happen. It'll be
You'll love it. I guarantee you'll love it.
Why do you guarantee?
It's just kind of that. It's kind of intimate, you know. It's got the comfort foods. You'll just eat that up, literally and figuratively.
Trying to get their chef to come and speak to our passion project people. Sent a text today. I have not heard back.
Well, he's a chef. He's probably got
That's a
stuff.
woman.
She's a
So,
chef. I apologize for that.
Hopefully that'll happen here in the next little bit.
I didn't mean to assume that he was, because it was a chef, that it was a man.
Well, you just say, I
women-
hope he or she.
Women can obviously be amazing
I hope he
chefs.
or she gets back to you.
So I apologize.
Never assume the gender.
Yeah, that was a bad effort by me.
Yeah, that's not a good thing.
Very weak.
I had something to mention, and of course it's escaped me, as most things do. I was looking at MLB.com, which I do, and I'm going to throw out a compliment here to Jim Callis and Jonathan Mayo. Their work on prospects is outstanding, and I'm so interested in it. I also made a comment on Bernie Miklas's column about the Cardinals' offense, in which he said maybe they'll call up Victor Scott, center fielder, after 2 or 3 months in AAA. And my comment to him was, I'm not sure he's going to need 2 or 3 months in AAA. I'm more excited about him as a prospect than I was even Jordan Walker.
I don't know if that's the way to go. Jordan Walker was, consensus top 3 to 5 prospect.
Don't think I don't think a lot of Jordan Walker. But this guy's combination of speed and defense, and I think he'll hit.
We'll have to see.
It's
And
exciting to me.
probably do want to give him some seasoning in AAA
Some.
just to see how he handles it.
They didn't give Jordan Walker any until they sent him down last year.
Yeah, that's not the way you want to do it.
We'll see. I don't know what to think about the Cardinals. Right now, I don't see them as a contending team. I just don't see it. They've
I
added.
don't think anyone's really running away with that
They
division.
added. Yeah, but here's where you know what I contend for. When I say a contending team, I'm talking about a contending team for another one of those.
Then,
numbers.
of course, it's the Braves and the Dodgers.
That's the kind of. When I talk contending, I'm not a Guardians fan, so I don't.
Well, when most people
expectations.
talk contending, they talk contenders for the playoffs.
I'm
and,
talking about contending for a world
well,
championship.
then no, you're absolutely not in that conversation.
They are a contender in the Central because there's no runaway team.
That's what I just said.
But they're not in the Dodgers category. They're not in the Phillies category. They're not in the Braves category.
I don't think they're as good as Arizona.
And they're probably not in Arizona's category. Although with one more shrewd move, they could be.
I don't know, man. Arizona has patched up their holes this offseason.
Yeah, they're a good team.
And they get Jordan Lawler for an
but
entire
if the
year.
Cardinals trade for Dylan Cease,
That's not going to happen.
then they are in the mix.
Okay, but I really, really don't want you to get your hopes up for that.
I'm not getting my hopes up.
Okay, good.
I said if they trade for him. There's one more pitching move in the mix.
I don't think there is. They've
there
signed
might be two. They've got to shore up their bullpen to some degree.
Bullpen, yes. I don't think they're going to add a
They've
starter.
got to add some depth to their rotation. They don't have the rotation yet. So I'll hold out hope, and you can go ahead over there and look forward to your fourth place finish.
Fourth place.
I don't deal in that stuff.
Well, we don't need pitching, so we're good.
You know, that should be apparent to you by now.
We've already got a playoff level pitching staff. From the top to the bottom.
You expect all those young guys to be good again.
I expect them to be better.
You don't expect them to take a step back.
No, I think they'll be better.
I
Plus,
couldn't.
you still have Bieber and McKenzie, as long as they're around.
I just couldn't disagree with you more.
Well, that's fine.
Who plays the Monday night game?
Well, that was yesterday.
Oh, it is Tuesday. Good grief. This feels like Monday to me.
Tuesdays typically can.
I struggled when I introduced the show. I almost said, welcome to a Monday edition.
Tuesdays
Tuesday
drag you down.
now rivals Monday as a day I don't like.
Now, that's been life. Mondays don't sneak up on you. You're ready for Mondays. Tuesday is like, it's only Tuesday.
I don't know. I used to like Tuesday.
No one's ever liked Tuesdays.
It seems like I did. You want to know why? I'll tell you
High school
why.
basketball?
Yes.
Yeah.
Back in the day, when I was covering a lot of high school basketball, I always liked the Tuesday games. It gave you something to look forward to.
Sure.
But now that I don't go to high school basketball games, heck, I don't even know who's playing tonight.
Are there games? I assume there
Yeah,
are.
of course there are.
Well, a lot of districts are out of school. But yeah, I think tonight's the last night of games, I think. And then none Friday, of course.
Yeah, there's no games Friday. Anybody with any sense knows that. But what I was, there's some games
Our
tonight.
Catch It Kansas scoreboard, which is impeccable. Never any games left out. Never any
campus tonight.
It's a big one.
I'm interested in that. You've got Derby May South, which I should just fly over there and look at it.
As the
4
crow
miles.
flies.
That's a heck of a game, both in girls and boys.
Well, remember, I put my reputation on the line with the May South
I told
girls.
Joanna Chadwick that, and she's got a bone to pick.
What did she say?
She didn't like it.
Well,
I don't blame her. Her husband is the coach of Derby.
well, why did you tell her that then?
Because that's the kind of guy I am.
That makes me feel like a jerk. It's not personal.
I told her. I said, you know what? Jeff made a point to make the point that he thinks May South is going to blow out Derby. And it wasn't even in the conversation. And she said, oh, really?
How did this happen? Joanne,
All right.
if you're listening, text me. I'll patch it up.
Tomorrow on the show, Jason Duda joins us for the 3-man booth. Mike Furchess as well. We'll have some other surprises for you. Thanks for listening, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow.
Why is Instacart the holiday rescue app? Because you can get all your seasonal decor delivered instead of having to drive to 12 different stores. Candles and candy canes? Delivered. Wreaths and reindeer? Delivered. Lights from Lowe's? Delivered. And since I know you're going to ask, inflatable snowman? Delivered. So this season, stay in and get decked out. Download Instacart, the holiday rescue app, to get free delivery on your first 3 orders. Offer valid for a limited time. $10 minimum per order. Additional terms apply.